아침 9시입니다. 저녁에 약속이 있어서 미리 운동을 할게요. 스트레칭하고. 근데 저 밥 먹고 수영 갈 거거든요. 오늘 수영은 강습이 없어서 30분 수영할 겁니다. 오늘 1시간 일찍 출근해야 돼요. 일단 스트레칭 먼저 하겠습니다. 오늘도 햇살이 너무 좋네요.
You have a special role to play in the society.
African Voices Changemakers. Sunday on CNN.
He could tell you to go to hell in such a way that you'd look forward to the trip.
He's unafraid.
He has guts.
He's a risk taker.
He was doing more wild stuff than almost anyone.
A billionaire business mogul.
Ted has the knack of being able to see around corners.
Not just one corner, many corners.
But every move was part of a bigger plan.
Save everything.
He wanted to save the world.
Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy.
The environment is in his soul. Conserving millions of acres, saving endangered species.
We're fast approaching the tipping point.
Save everything. Yeah. Why not? It's worth saving.
Ted Turner, Captain Planet. Sunday on CNN.
Settled on Japan's eastern coast, Ishinomaki is a place deeply connected to the ocean. Its seafood is a flavorful point of pride. When fishing is your life, the morning means one thing: work. Chef Masateru Imamura is bracing the cold winter winds to taste seaweed at its peak season.
A little salty, isn't it?
これが張り込んでから
This is the first pick, which we pick first after throwing the net.
今日はこのようにですね、天気もすごい良くて、まだ2週間ぶり
The sky is beautiful today and fishermen are working very busily. Seaweed is quite familiar among Japanese people and used for rice balls or sushi. It's cropped from sea like this and dry to be processed later.
相沢さん、今が一番の海苔のピークだという
Mr. Aizawa, you told me this is the peak season for seaweed. Can you tell me the reason you leave port before sunrise?
やっぱり日中収穫
Well, if we work to crop during the daytime, it may affect the quality of seaweed. Quality-wise, it's better to crop in the morning than in the daytime for quality and freshness for sure. That's why we do in the morning.
I'm Giovanna Caracci in Aleppo province, Syria, and this is CNN. Tonight, fictional narrative, President Trump's former top Russia aide Fiona Hill accusing Republicans of emboldening Putin by pushing the line that Ukraine interfered in the 2016 election against Trump.
Based on questions and statements I've heard, some of you on this committee appear to believe that Russia and its security services did not conduct a campaign against our country, and that perhaps, somehow, for some reason, Ukraine did. This is a fictional narrative that has been perpetrated and propagated by the Russian security services themselves.
Of course, Trump's own former Homeland Security Advisor Tom Bossert said very publicly that he agrees that narrative is fiction. He said it on ABC with George Stephanopoulos. And Hill, along with others this week, took down Trump's defense points in the impeachment inquiry, essentially one after the other.
There was no quid pro quo.
Was there a quid pro quo? The answer is yes.
The call summary is still the most important piece of evidence we have. It shows no pressure.
So you're acknowledging, I think, Mr. Holmes, are you not, that Ukraine very much felt pressured to undertake these investigations?
Yes, sir.
It's all hearsay. You can't get a parking ticket conviction based on hearsay.
I understand that for many members this may be hearsay. I've talked about things I heard with my own ears.
The Ukrainians didn't know aid had been held up at the time of the phone call.
Okay, on that last point from Jim Jordan on the aid, Pentagon official Laura Cooper testified that just hours after the president's call with Zelensky in July, where he brought up that investigation of Burisma and Biden, the Ukrainian embassy asked about security assistance, and the State Department said the Ukrainian embassy knew the military was being withheld. There were 2 emails and some sort of a contact, whether it was a phone call or not, all that same afternoon from Ukraine. Out front now, Joe Lockhart, who was White House press secretary during Clinton's impeachment hearings, and Jim Schultz, former associate White House counsel for President Trump. So, Joe, I mean, point after point is what we heard there. And those are some of the main points that they used, right? First, it was there's no quid pro quo, and then it was hearsay. And each of those was systematically debunked by several witnesses this week.
Yeah, I think the 2 most important things that came out today, which are the most important points, some of this is just spin, but the really important things are what Holmes said, that I heard the president say it. I heard it out of his mouth, that he was... that the only thing he was interested in was the investigation. The second thing is, and it is the most important point, is Dr. Hill saying that this was an operation, a political operation, a political errand that ran counter to U.S. policy and counter to our national security and actually helped the Russians. That is why this is an impeachable offense.
Jim, what do Republicans do now?
So look, I disagree that it is an impeachable offense, of course. But in this instance, you had Holmes testify today that, that's the only thing he heard about that phone call, but nothing else. So there are some questions there. What we know is that there's been a lot of contradictory testimony among these witnesses. Sondland contradicted his own testimony yesterday. He said there was a quid pro quo, then he said the president didn't directly say that, he said there shouldn't be a quid pro quo. So that right there creates doubt, creates conjecture, creates all kinds of issues when you're trying to prove a case in a court of law.
Do you think, as a lawyer, you're a good lawyer, you were associate counsel at the White House, could you get a jury to say there was a quid pro quo in the direction of the executive?
A lot of this testimony wouldn't even be admissible in a court of law.
So you think you wouldn't be able to make this case in court?
Wouldn't be able to make this case.
Well, I mean, here's the big difference. If this was a case in court, Mick Mulvaney, Mike Pompeo, Mike Pence, and Rudy Giuliani would be on the stand. They wouldn't be stonewalling. And we'd find out from people who were in the room with the president every day what they know. We'd see the documents, we'd see the phone records. These are being withheld by the White House. So the court of law argument doesn't wash
And I
it.
hear you. And again, Jim, my issue here is hearing all of these people, all of whom are honest people who are telling the truth as they knew it. And Gordon Sondland does have some issues, obviously, in terms of his testimony change. But you don't need Gordon Sondland to make this point. People at the OMB said, Mick Mulvaney said, the President of the United States said, withhold the aid. You have it from person after person after person.
But you don't have anybody saying that the direct evidence that the President of the United States said it and they heard it come out of his
Okay, so then why not let the people who were with the President every day testify, unless you're trying to hide what they have to say?
Look, this comes down to, and also you have executive privilege. All these issues, quite frankly, that go way beyond this presidency. Presidents need to be able to communicate with their counselors on a regular basis and have confidence that the rest of the world isn't going to hear about those conversations they've had about policy decisions that they make inside the White House. It's long-standing precedent, it's long-standing constitutional precedent that executive privileges, it's alive and well and real, and it goes way beyond this presidency.
So you have 9 people all coming out and saying the President of the United States did this. And what they are saying that he did, right, under oath, what they're saying that he did.
Said anything.
They are saying
said
that
the President of the United States.
they are saying that he directed.
But did they hear them give that direction? I don't think they did.
Well, you have obviously one person
얼마나
hearing
했지?
the President of the
11분.
United States himself.
In a phone call that he only heard
이제 밥 먹고 수영 갔다가 출근하겠습니다.
There's been no direct evidence here, and there's been a lot of contradictory testimony, and that
So you worked in the White House. Would people hold up $391 million in aid?
$4 billion
without the President of the United States? Yes, given over a decade.
held up, and this president held up.
Would you do that without?